Matt Stepp and Ishmael Johnson here at Bogus Stadium in Harlingen with the Week 9 instant reaction video. We're going to mix it up a little bit and do it a little different. This one, we're going to talk about the Battle of the Arroyo, only the Battle of the Arroyo, because we both feel like that game deserves its own little platform tonight. And with Harlingen winning 37-21, congrats to the Cardinals beating the unbeaten San Benito team. Two great teams, great ball game, great atmosphere. I'm going to ask Ish, this is your first Battle of the Arroyo. Overall impressions and thoughts on first the atmosphere itself and what you witnessed tonight.
Often in this job, you know, whether it's at state or you go to a big game, you get that feeling of like, this is why I do this, right? Being here, seeing the pregame, we got here really early, right? And so we saw like the crowd kind of file in. We saw the atmosphere. We saw the pregame tailgate everywhere. We saw the cars honking. It really was one of those moments like, this is why I do this, right? To be here, to like witness this. And man, it was college-like, right? I put that on Twitter. It was very college-like. You had a big game atmosphere and a big game feel. And whether or not this was 0-7, 7-0, whatever, like you felt like it might not have been 10,000 sellout like it was, but it would have been, the passion would have always been there. The fans were going at it, right? It was all in good sportsmanship, but it was just, I don't know, like one of the best atmospheres I think I've ever seen, like in any sporting event ever.
Yeah, I'll echo that. I felt, it's a this is a true community game, two communities coming together, and it was competitive, but it wasn't a ton of I think after the game they're probably going to eat dinner together and hang out and shake hands. It was a fun atmosphere, and for these two teams, such high quality teams, to be playing on this stage, I felt like was the epitome of Texas high school football. If you're a high school football fan and love the game, try to make it down here if you can one year to Harlingen or San Benito and check out the Battle of the Arroyo. Now let's talk about the game itself. Ish, Harlingen wins 37-21. This was really kind of a roller coaster back and forth game. First half, Harlingen comes out, hits a couple of big plays. And they're 17-0 at the half. Going in to the locker room up with that lead, did you feel like Harlingen was comfortable, or do you feel like San Benito had a run in them?
I was a little surprised. I didn't think San Benito had a run in them because I said before the game, because San Benito's defense, I don't think had been tested, right? That Harlingen win over Weslaco was really telling to me. That was the best team they played all year, and so I thought that was what gave them the edge. San Benito hadn't been punched in the mouth really, and so I said those first drives from Harlingen are going to be really decisive. We know San Benito's defense is excellent, and what happened? It wasn't a long sustaining drives. It was two breaking plays by Isaiah Bell and Ronnie Morales, the quarterback, that broke the game open early, 14-0. All of a sudden, San Benito gave up 2-3 touchdowns all year. They're down 2 touchdowns. So I didn't think, they're down, what was it, 17-0? Yeah, 17-0 at the half. And I was wondering, okay, what does San Benito have? And what happens? Instantly they go down, take the lead. What was it, 3 straight on it, 3 touchdowns?
3 touchdowns in less than 6 minutes.
Yeah, and momentum swung back. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, okay. Then Harlingen started making penalties. Harlingen started getting kind of in their own head. And pendulum eventually swung back the other way, right? Harlingen composed themselves, got back into it. Isaiah Bell put the finishing touches on it, and it was haymakers, right? It was nothing but haymakers, and it was a heavyweight fight, really. It really felt like that kind of fight.
Yeah, I mentioned it to Coach Gomez in our post-game interview. Harlingen got off the mat because it was like a boxing match where San Benito, that they threw that haymaker and knocked Harlingen down and gave them kind of that standing 8 count, and they were down 21-17. I thought that drive right after they got down 21-17 with Bell scored the touchdown to put them in the lead was just huge for momentum. And I think, did you feel like once Harlingen took that lead, the wind got sucked out of San Benito a little bit, and they kind of used up what energy they had left?
I think so. I'm wondering if the coaching staff for San Benito said, look, if we come out and hit them, right, because they probably expected Harlingen, don't want to take anything from the coaching staff, but I bet they wondered, like, oh, if we go up, they're probably going to break, right? Because they hadn't been down all year. They've been playing from ahead. And so I'm wondering if that after those adjustments after halftime, oh, okay, boom, that's where Harlingen team started to get a little frustrated. The penalties started to happen. And like you mentioned, Harlingen got right back up, made sure the penalty, because that was what killed them. The penalties was killing them in the second half. Exactly, and then that's what was hurting San Benito in the first half as well. So it kind of just swung that way. Composure they kind of lost a little bit of composure, got back up, calmed themselves down, gave it to the bell cow, Isaiah Bell, and he just did it. Like, he just did his thing.
I was going to say, Isaiah Bell, 4 touchdowns, was definitely the star of the show for the Harlingen Cardinals. Watching him in especially the second half, yeah. I thought, he had he fumbled, yeah. and that fumble San Benito had on the 15-yard line, scored a couple of plays later to take the lead, and then he scores 3 straight touchdowns to push Harlingen to the win. Overall, what were your thoughts on Isaiah Bell and his performance tonight?
I thought that he has he's a patient runner, right? We talked about that. He's a big guy, so he's obviously physical and can break some tackles, but he's a very patient runner to how he sees his holes develop. The one thing I was really impressed with was San Benito was playing a very aggressive secondary, right? Their secondary was very pushed up. They kind of had one safety staying back. And so once Isaiah Bell broke through that front seven, he was gone, right? He's not exactly a blazing runner, but he's fast enough. If you're going to give him, a good start, he's going to outrun anybody. And so that's what happened with him, his early run. And in the second half, it was just constant, right? It was just a constant feeding him, and he didn't really have a big run, but it was just those constant 5 yards, 6 yards, 10 yards, right?
A lot of body blows, not a boxing analogy, right?
Exactly, and then that's what happens when San Benito gives you their best shot, and then it's like, oh, they didn't go down, and so now you got it. You wear down, and eventually, we saw the dam kind of break finally.
I'll speak for Ish on this. We really appreciate the communities of both Harlingen and San Benito for welcoming us here tonight. We got just unbelievable hospitality from both sides of the coin here. The Harlingen HCISD administration and coaches for giving us complete access. Really appreciate it. I'll say it again. I think Ish, you'll say it as well. Get down here to the Battle of Arroyo. It was an amazing game, and me and Ish are going to try to find us something good to eat post-game because we are hungry.
Listen, look, like you mentioned, there was tailgate everywhere. It was we wanted to make like so many tailgates. We wanted to make like so many arrangements, but community was amazing. Food's been amazing. This whole trip's been fantastic. And this building up to this, we were a little worried. It was like, man, is this going to live up to the hype? Once kickoff happened, or once the teams came out, I was like, all right, we're here. Yeah. So now that we're good, now that it's over, we can take a deep breath, go find some more good food, and go enjoy our last couple hours here.
We'll see y'all later on the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Instant Recap.